Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA, episode 298. I am Brennan. UFC Fight Night, Tom Aspinall taking on Marcin Tybura. All right, we're going to cover the main card, the main event here. We're going to break down all the fights round by round, talk about the decisions. We're going to talk about that here real quick before we get into that stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of thing. If you like fight breakdowns, I do 2 or 3 videos every week doing this kind of stuff. Let's talk about the fights. Okay. Good end to what I would consider a lackluster. Also, if you're looking for a specific fight breakdown, timestamps are down below. So I'll tell you, for the most part, this was not a fun card to watch. Okay, the main card had some more exciting moments, but the prelims were a majority of decisions and not fun ones to watch. Okay. This card had moments, especially, like I said, in the main card, not that bad. Prelims, this is probably a skipper. Looking at the main event here with Tom Aspinall, who before this, let's see, Tom Aspinall, I think he was in the top, is he in the top 10? Sure was. He's number 5. So Tom Aspinall, number 5, taking on Marcin Tybura, who is ranked number 10. Tom Aspinall I don't think he has a real loss in the UFC. No, that last loss to Curtis Blades was due to an injury. So, he ran through he's run through everyone. Jake Collier, Alain Badu, that's whatever one. Andrei Arlovsky, Sergey Spivak, Alexander Volkov. The fake loss to Curtis Blades. And I'm a huge Curtis Blades fan. I'm not putting that down. We just didn't get to see it. This is not a real loss, in my opinion. And then running through Marcin Tybura here. Big right head kick from him early on. It didn't even land, but it moved Tybura quite a bit. They enter in trade, and it looked like Aspinall got the better of it when they moved in on each other. Tybura did land a couple shots in here. They were saying that he didn't land any. Obviously, he landed stuff. He landed something, but not a lot. Aspinall looked real light on his feet. They came together. Aspinall landed a lead-in elbow and put an end to the night. A really hard lead-in elbow, and then he followed up with a right hand to put him down, and then gets a ground and pound, gets a finish there. Excellent win for Tom Aspinall. Holy crap. I think he's a real contender at heavyweight. I think he looks really good. I think he's a clean striker. I think he's a good representative of the sport. He's not just some big fat dude who sits in there and swings heavy shots, right? Who can beat anybody on any given day, but, when it comes to wrestling, I'm not going to do that kind of stuff. He takes the sport serious. He takes himself serious, and he makes a good account for himself when he goes out there, and he makes a good account for the sport as well. Love to see that from fighters. Same with, Cyril Gane. You say what you want. He got absolutely destroyed by John Jones. It's just, he stays in shape. He's a good striker. He looks the part. He's very good. And, Tom Aspinall said, I think, Pavlovich versus Cyril Gane is the thing that's going to happen next. He's going to be sitting cage side, and then whoever, he's going to face whoever the winner is, and then he's going to beat them and then go fight John Jones for the title. So, good on him. All the best to him. He's really good, man. Like, really good. This was not the crowd's favorite. They didn't seem to boo her as much as some of the other people. So Molly McCann taking on Julija Stoliarenko. Stoliarenko used some low kicks, running her down early. McCann landed a right hand. That was a good shot from her. Stoliarenko ended up getting the takedown and gets the back almost immediately when she got the takedown at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and then she gets the armbar finish. She rotates from the back and gets an armbar finish. A great win for Stoliarenko. Impressive, fast, great win. This fight was fun to watch too. Not all of them were bad. Andre Fili versus Nathaniel Wood. This is the obligatory. I love his nickname. He's one of my favorite nicknames. Andre Touchy Fili, gotta love it. And then the prospect, you can't keep that nickname forever, right? Like, eventually, are you still a prospect if you're fighting for a fight, to be in the top 10? Wood with the low kicks, and Fili landing a hard left hand and put another left hand put from Fili put Wood down early in this first round. Wood continuing to land those hard low kicks. Wood landed a great right hand, and Fili got wobbled and went to his back. And then Wood did a ton of damage with that right hand and then the subsequent shots. So if you look at the striking numbers here, 37-17, clearly in favor of Wood in this first round. No questions here, 10-9. Wood landing a hard left hand to start the second round. Fili using the snappy jab and then a slip to a beautiful leg kick. The move that he did, he landed this jab, slipped out of the way, and then while slipping, threw the leg kick in super hard. It was beautiful to watch. Fili landed a hard left hook and some knees right up the middle in the Muay Thai clinch and got Wood hurt bad. He took the back for a second. Wood gets hit Fili's back, and then Fili ends up on top. I think it was a mistake. Fili should have kept it on the feet, and I think he might have been able to get that round with a little bit more punishment, but definitely his round, right? So it's 19-19 going to the third here. And then Fili landed a hard left straight that buckled the legs of Wood for a second. Wood was landing those low kicks, but other than that, they're trading when they're in even space, so the leg kicks really made a big difference in this last round. And I wrote that down before I knew the numbers, mind you. And look at the difference here, right? So the striking differential was 37-24 for significant strikes. So, a 13 strike differential. And you look here, 16 leg kicks more from Wood, right? 19-3. And that's the difference maker right there. Those leg kicks are what won him this last round, in my opinion, right? The rest of the stuff, Fili was keeping up with him on all the other strikes. He was beating him to the head. And I'm pretty sure that's why Fili thought that he won this one, but I clearly didn't think so, and none of the judges did either. Looking at the judges' scorecards here, I have not looked at them, but I'm guessing they all gave the rounds to the right people. Or I hope so. I thought that fight was easy to score. Yeah. Easy to score. Mike Bell, Junichiro Kamijo, and Cesare Wojciechowski. Oh, good grief. Sorry, I don't know how. I'd have to hear it pronounced, and I might be able to say your name. Okay, dokes. Moving on here to Paul Craig versus Andre Muniz. Muniz went with the low kicks early. Muniz found his way in. Using like these a series of straight punches, right? So pop, 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 right down the middle. It's as effective as you can be, or it can be as effective as any other kind of shot. It doesn't have to be the jab to the straight to the hook, and he just goes straight down the middle with 3 shots, and they land really well. He's trying to close that distance. Craig landed some body kicks and landed a stiff jab as Muniz was stepping in. Muniz caught a kick and got the takedown with the punches that he landed. You could give that first round to Muniz. He outstruck him 13-9. I thought he won that first round. If you look at the judges' scorecards, all three gave it to Muniz, so I think that's fair. And then here in the second round, it all changes. So Craig gets the body lock takedown. Muniz went for the triangle. Craig punches and stacked his way out of it. Beautiful way to get out of that triangle attempt. Then Muniz got the takedown. He gets the takedown, but then he leans in and headbutts and loses position. I don't know why. So early on in the card, there was a headbutt from almost the exact same position, and the guy didn't lose position because of it. They put him right back there. No point deduction either. Total crap. But this one, they take the point. Or not, they didn't take the point. They took the position. And they get back up, and then Craig goes in with the power double. He locks up the Darce choke, punches his way through that instead of trying to continue to lock up the Darce choke, gets into mount, and then finishes with the TKO. So beautiful finish from him. Not always what we see from Paul Craig. Obviously, we're used to seeing him finish with the submissions, but great transition, great finish for Paul Craig. Oh boy! And then here's one of these fights: Faraz Ziam versus Jai Herbert. Boy, I'm talking about technical kickboxing being fun. I sometimes I guess it could be, but this was not. This was not it. I even wrote down here, Ziam should win this because Herbert's got a touchy chin, but with how passive Ziam fights, it's really hard to know. And that's exactly what we saw. Super passive, a lot of passivity from him, and then a lot of grappling from Herbert. So Ziam landed low kicks. Ziam landed a body kick, and Herbert landing a hard low kick. Herbert controlling the clinch against the cage. Ziam switches and tries for the takedown. Ziam probably wins his first round with some of the more visually impactful shots. And you look at the striking numbers here, 20-14 in favor of Ziam. No problems there. I gave him that first round. Second round here, Herbert lands the left hook to the body and pushes Ziam to the cage. Herbert's keeping the pressure on really well. Finally, Ziam gets a takedown at 1:25, but then Herbert rips his way right back up. Herbert got that one with the pressure, in my opinion. So you look at the striking numbers here, 20-15 in favor of Ziam, but I don't think in the second round any of those things that Ziam landed were so much more impactful. That 5 strikes of that outdid the 2 minutes of control time that Herbert had pushing him against the cage. Like that's, I don't know how you undo all of that by landing 5 more pity pat shots. In the last round, they're exchanging more on the feet, but Herbert's landing more, and he tends to be moving forward. So early on in this round, hard low kick from Ziam, and Herbert shoots a double and then works his way to the back. Herbert gets stacking up the low kicks, and Ziam is trying to use them as well. Ziam tries to steal this last round with a takedown, but Herbert defends. I fucking hate when I see guys do that stuff. They try to sneak in a takedown with like 30 seconds left, and then they know it was a close round just to try and sit on top for the win. I hate that crap, man. It drives me nuts. When clearly that's not their game plan was not to go for the takedown. The game plan was to strike, but they know that, if I get at this, I can probably cheat my way to a win. Is essentially what it means to me. Herbert defends, and then they end up in the clinch with, I gave it 29-28 to Herbert. This last round here, you look 20-21 in favor of Ziam. But again, the control time went to Herbert here, and I felt like his shots were more impactful. He landed some of those leg kicks were really freaking hard, and some of these headshots that Ziam were landing really weren't doing much. That is not the way it went, though. Junichiro Kamijo gave all 3 rounds to Ziam, I guess. Mike Bell gave the first and the last round to Ziam. And Cesare Wojciechowski, he gave the first and the last round to Ziam. Fine. I mean, they were all relatively close rounds. I can't stand watching that guy fight. He's so freaking passive, man. They want to tell me about how good of a striker he is and how good this, and I I want to see it, right? I don't want to hear about how good of a fighter you are. Josh Culibau versus Leronne Murphy. This had moments of excitement, but what for the most part was a lot of laying and praying. Culibau took advantage of Murphy slipping and landed some good shots early. Culibau landed a nice right hand. Murphy countered with a hard left hand. Murphy with the pressure landing a left hand and then a right. Murphy landed way more damage in this first round, 18-8 in favor of Murphy for those strikes. The most exciting round by far. Second round here, Culibau with the pressure and trying for the takedowns, just not able to get it. Murphy landing some nice low kicks. Culibau landed a left hook as Murphy entered, and then Murphy got the takedown, and that was pretty much the rest of the round. Murphy with the damage and staying on the back for nearly 2 minutes of this round. 12-7 for the striking numbers as well. Look at 2 minutes and 39 seconds of control time. Obviously his round, so he's up 20-18. Last round here, Culibau trying to take down again, but it seems like he just didn't have the strength or technique to get Murphy down. Like, he clearly wasn't the stronger fighter in there. He didn't have the technical prowess or abilities to lean on to get the takedown. So it was really just brute force, and he didn't have the force to do it. Murphy lands a body kick with the toe scraping across the body, and they must have dug right into the liver there. And Culibau went down, and he spent the rest of the round, doing ground and pound. Went from a Darce choke at one point, 29-5 for the striking numbers. And you look at the control time, 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Clear domination from Murphy. You could even give that last round a 10-8. I did not, but you could. All right, and now let's talk about some straight garbage. Hard low kicks from Grant. So Davey Grant versus Daniel Marcos. Hard low kicks from Grant early. Grant moving in as usual with that big overhand right that he loves to throw. Marcos on the back foot for most of the round, for the first half. Grant did more damage with those low kicks, and I had him winning that first round. Davey Grant landed more, 16-13. Clearly, he won this round. They both landed the same shots. None of them. They landed 1 to the head. Grant landed 7 to the body. And he landed way harder shots. So clearly his round 10-9, there's no arguments there. Marcos landed a left hook, and at the end of an exchange in the second round that was really hard. Marcos landed the better leg kicks and not finding the nose. He was able to find the nose of Grant a couple times. Grant now finding some more success with the counters. Marcos with the low blow, he kicked him right in the nuts. Close round with Grant outlanding Marcos, but the blood on Grant's face is a bad look. I still gave it to Grant, outlanding him 26-15. Look at the striking numbers here. All of them are in favor of Grant. 9 to the head, 8 to the body, 9 to the legs, all more than what Marcos landed. And Marcos, he might have landed 1 good shot in here, 2 good shots in here, but Grant definitely did enough in my opinion. So I had him up 20-18. If you gave this round to Marcos, I could see it. I didn't. Last round here, Grant's pressuring him to the cage. Marcos finding the range with that jab. Grant now digging hard hooks and kicks to the body. The commentary team was saying like, oh, Grant needs to make the adjustments. He did make the adjustments. He started going to the body. Look at the striking numbers here, 28-20 in favor of Grant. And if you look at those 16 shots to the head, a majority of those were the jab, and not all of them were so stiff and like hard jabs. Not doing more damage than what Grant was landing to the body, that's for sure. Marcos got the momentary takedown trying to steal the round, but there was nothing there, and Marcos is running away for the rest of the round. And I said, you can't give this to Marcos. There's no way. I had it 30-27 for Grant. But they found a way to fuck him. They did. We got three... You got 3 judges who I don't recognize the names of: Anders Olsen, Clemens Werner, and Cedar Wojciechowski. What's his face again? They both gave that first round to Marcos. How? If you want to look at those second 2 rounds and argue about body shots or head shots or this and that, we can go to that. They landed the same shit in that first round. They landed the same thing. Grant just landed harder shots. There was no control time. There's nothing to do here. That's a bad decision. This is bad. All right, this is the last fight we're going to talk about here, so we'll end on what I would consider kind of a dour note. But, Anders Olsen scored it how... he scored it how I'm guessing a lot of people would have scored it, giving that second round to Marcos. Even though I placed my argument already for you to giving Grant that second round. But even if you gave that second round to Marcos, there's no reason to give him that first one. I don't know what these other guys were watching. I don't know what they watched. Neither guy landed a really hard headshot. They landed kicks and kicks to the body and kicks to the legs. And Grant landed more. I mean, I wasn't looking at the live scoring number, the live scoring count, and I was able to figure that out. And I'm an idiot. That's a bad scorecard. Those are bad scorecards. They're not like this is a problem. When the UFC goes to these other locations, like in the States, we have our own issues, right? When you go to the states that don't always do MMA and don't have as many events, you can kind of get some of these judges or these referees who might not know what they're doing. But for the most part, we kind of know the drill. Yeah, you'll get some bad decisions here and there. When the UFC ventures worldwide, it can be a real shit show. I mean, we'll talk about it when I go over the prelims in the next video. I'll be dropping that tomorrow probably after I get back from the museum. There's some real shenanigans going on here with a lot of this stuff that you can't count on going to another country and having them treat you not fairly. That's not how I would put it. I would say accurately, because fair is a different thing. That's subjective, right? So you could say, "Oh, was that fair?" Probably not. Maybe it was. That kind of thing. But I would say accurately, because It's just a counting thing. Who landed more kicks? And they were going 1-for-1 in this. And you knew that Grant landed more. That's bad. That's bad. I feel bad for Grant because he was he should have got that win, and he should have taken this guy Daniel Marcos's That's kind of crap. I mean, Grant's been in the UFC since 2013, and 2016 is when he started to really make his run again. Oh, and he's got a win over Marlon Vera. Yeah, man, Grant's been in it for a long time, and I hate to see this. Crap. All right, that's it. I'm going to cut it there. Thank you all for making it. If you made it this far, love you all. It means a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel so you know the next video is coming out. 2 or 3 videos every single week breaking down fights if you like this kind of stuff. If you did like this video, hit the like button. I'd appreciate you. And then, check out the prelims. And then if you're into the Ultimate Fighter, I've been breaking down episode by episode. So I put out a new episode every single week. I put them out on Wednesday, the day following the episode of the Ultimate Fighter. So if you're looking for a companion piece or to get into the Ultimate Fighter, or maybe you don't want to watch a full episode, you just want to watch a recap, watch my stuff. I break down each episode for you. So I appreciate y'all. Have an amazing week. Love you.